Hi there, I am Jasmine, a beginner runner who at the moment of recording this is training for a 12k trail run. This was my whole journey from start to finish, including the final race day. I hope you enjoy. I recently signed up for a 12k trail run. It sounds easy, but we're talking about me. I've started a runner training plan. It's currently the 7th of March. The race, run, whatever you want to call it, is in 17th of May. My runner plan consists of 4 runs a week and then some strength training as well. It was a very spontaneous decision to sign up for this. I'm not looking to run this fast. I'm just looking to complete this, to be honest. The furthest I have run currently is 8Ks, and that was a bit of a struggle. Pushing it to 12Ks on a trail with elevation is going to be a challenge. I'm doing my Sunday long run. I'm running 7Ks. It's time to get running. I just completed the 7Ks. The moment I stopped running, my ankle started hurting. That's not good, obviously. I ran 4Ks, then ran the rest of the 3Ks back, and now I have a 1K walk back to my car. Okay. And when I went back and looked at my splits, I do think that that was too fast. I should have slowed down. The only issue with me slowing down is that when I run the paces that are slower, my feet start hurting significantly sooner. My feet start hurting around 2Ks, whereas if I run at a pace that's a little bit more uncomfortable but also not crazy, they won't hurt at all. I think that really comes down to probably form, technique. I think my next long run needs to be slower, because even by the runner plan, that was too fast. Probably a bit much. I moved things around in the plan so that today I would have a strength workout because my foot is still a bit sore. For a bit of context, I have been running since November, so that's about coming up on 4 months now. When I look back, I have improved a lot, but I don't feel like I've improved because, you know, you're running faster, but it still feels hard. My comfortable pace would be around 7 minutes 50, 7 minutes 40, 7 minutes 30 for a kilometre. I remember there was a time where I just wanted to break into the 6s, where I wanted to be 6 something. Now I can do that quite easily. That is a sign that I've improved. It's hard to see improvement sometimes when it's you. So I'm gonna get started with my strength. I think it's the lower leg. That's hard. Oh my gosh. I think that really proves the point that I do not have strong legs. I'm back down at the river. I was supposed to go on a run yesterday, but my foot was still hurting a bit. I just completely scrapped the run, so it'll be 3 runs this week. I'm just going on a 4K easy run now. I just stopped at a drink tap to see how my foot's feeling. My foot feels normal, so I'll continue the rest of my almost 1K left. So that was my 4K easy run. My feet feel great. I'm really happy about that. I feel like I could still run another 4Ks if I really wanted to. It was definitely an easy pace, unlike some other runs where I was supposed to go easy. Kept the heart rate pretty low, felt pretty energized, and apparently that's important. I have an update. My foot has resumed hurting. It hurts to walk on it after a run, so I'm cutting out running for a week and I'm seeing a podiatrist in a week and 2 days. In the meantime, I'm going to be doing gym stuff, so like cross training. It's not ideal, but at least it's early into the program. Because of this, I'm sort of tempted to cancel my runner. I think my recovery is going to be something that can't be dictated by a plan. I should really go by how my body feels instead of how the app is telling me how to feel. I had my podiatrist appointment earlier this week. I have got a slight issue with my peroneal tendon that was caused by a sudden increase in training. It was good that I came in when I did and I stopped running when I did. If I had left it any longer, that would have been an issue that would have turned into an injury. I'm basically taking the next week off running. After that, I will slowly be increasing my training again. I've definitely been craving going for a run the past week and a half. So it has been quite difficult, but I'm trying to stay on top of going to the gym and keeping myself somewhat in shape. So that's exactly where I'm going right now. Guess what today is? Today is my first run for a week. I'll be doing 3Ks this week. The idea was to roughly do 50% of what I would normally do in a week, and then next week go back to a more regular amount. So yeah, I'm very excited to get out running. Today was supposed to be a track workout, but there's so many people on it and they all look really fast. I think I'm just gonna run on the non-track. That was by far one of my worst runs. It was such a struggle. Ignore the red, I've been on my run today. So 24 days until the run. My training has slowly been amping up according to the plan that my podiatrist gave me. I am currently in a deload week, which consists of 2 3Ks and then 1 5K, all easy. And then next week I'll be going back to an interval, an easy, and then also a long run as well. I have been feeling pretty good. The pain in my foot has not come back. I'm doing my calf raises, and then I'm also doing another exercise that the podiatrist recommended, and I'm also incorporating a few other more like movement sort of exercises as well. I'm feeling a bit nervous. I do know that no matter what, I think I'm going to be a little bit underprepared, but that couldn't be helped given the situation. The plan that my podiatrist gave me, week by week, nothing increases by over 10%. It goes up very slowly, and that's just making sure that I can not overwork myself. This week was a deload week, so I only did 11 Ks, and then the previous week though I did 14, and then next week I'm doing 16. I have also been incorporating some inclines like on the treadmill. I'm continuing with the Stairmaster. According to my plan, I won't have run 12 Ks before I actually do the 12K run, so it'll be my first time running the 12 Ks, which is a bit daunting. I would have liked to have done it beforehand.
How lucky now.
So now you start sprinting. My foot started hurting about 2 Ks into my run today. I had to stop eventually, then I walked for a little bit. Didn't feel anything in it when I was walking, so I decided to run another K, slightly faster pace. I have a feeling that when I run at a slightly faster pace, my form's better, and therefore I put less pressure on whatever is happening with my leg. And lo and behold, that helped. I'm about to go on my 9K, and if my foot starts hurting, I'm really gonna cry. I'm hoping last time it was just due to improper technique. I am dead. I'm pretty happy with the result. 9K in, I think, 54 minutes. Look what came today. I'm sick.
We made it to the Great Ocean Road trail run, where Jasmine will be running 12 kilometers with 500 meters elevation. I was planning on doing it.
You were planning on doing it?
I was planning on doing it, but because of soccer, and I broke my finger.
Yeah, so you can't run with a broken finger.
I can't run with a broken finger.
I'm really nervous.
Don't be nervous. You know, you've got this.
I just have to chill.
Like, chill.
I can't go hard anywhere.
Don't rush.
Well, he's gonna stand there all awkward.
We love and respect every single one of you for doing this.
The first 1.5 Ks roughly of the course was along the Great Ocean Roads, which was lovely. I didn't want to go out too fast, so I kept my pace nice and steady. I knew that I would need to preserve some energy for later. The first half, I would say, of the run, I was regretting my decision to start at the back of the pack. I had decided this because I didn't want the pressure, and I noticed that a lot of the back of the pack were doing a lot of walking, and so on a trail environment, if everyone else is walking around you and there's only 1 or 2 people wide where you can be running, you can't really overtake. I sticked to that sort of pace. For the first half, I regretted this because I knew I could have run it faster. At the end, I realized that I needed that energy that I had saved at that point, because the hills weren't gonna get any better and they weren't gonna magically get easier. They got worse. Like, my legs felt it more and more. And I felt like I had prepared my legs a little bit, but I definitely hadn't prepared them enough. You can just see in my Strava just how quick the elevation went up. Around halfway through, I ran into this older man. I didn't run into him, like, I just sort of started being around his pace, and we sort of were battling it out. I would run and then we'll get to a hill, I'd start walking up, and then I'd see him zoom up to me. It was sort of back and forth, and you know, it was kind of who's gonna get to the finish line first. I was in the clear until about 1K left, and he just went past me. I had to look back at the race results, and he was in the 60 to 65 age category, and I was like, damn. That's impressive. Thankfully, at around the halfway point, there was a hill that went down, and it was wonderful. It was very easy. I just sort of let myself fall down that hill. That didn't last long though. Soon again, we were up. We were heading up that elevation. It was like insane, some of the elevation in such a short distance. But every time that you thought, oh, we're getting some flat surface or slightly downhill, then you would turn a corner and you would be faced with a hill. And a lot of the really steep hills I didn't get videos of because I would walk up to them or I would run up to them. I couldn't comprehend getting over them. So the last thing I wanted to do was pull out my phone. There was 500 meters of elevation. I completed it in just under 2 hours, which puts me at around, I think, a 9-minute pace per K. Anyone who trail runs knows that you can't run at all. There is a lot of walking involved. Unfortunately, it had been raining pretty much all night prior, and a lot of the trail was just not safe to be running on. I saw a few people slip. I obviously didn't have much experience actually running on a trail prior to this. Part of the reason I wanted to sign up for a trail run was to get into trail running a bit more. Being in a trail run event forced me to be actually on a trail running. So I've left that feeling pretty enthused, I would say. I'm keen to enter another fun run. I'm actually sort of keen to enter, dare I say, a half marathon. I think I can do it. I think if I can run for 2 hours up hills, I think I can do a half marathon. Fingers crossed. It's kind of pretty.